Hello, and welcome to the next and fifth installment of our Crusader Kings 3 campaign, the Kings of Bene-Israel, where we are creating the Kingdom of Bene-Israel, which is a Jewish Malabari kingdom in Western India. And if you want to recap, you can keep listening. If you don't, you can go ahead and hit the bookmark. But I'm going to try to keep the recap short and sweet, and also there's a lot to talk about. The main plot so far is that we have been basically trying to get to adulthood so far with one of our rulers. We started as a very old man and we're desperately having to have a child. We did have a child, our first character, or sort of first main character besides him, Chana Racateviyar. And Chana Racateviyar unfortunately has died. She has just become an adult and she was very promising as a ruler. However, she was the victim of one of the new harm events that were introduced in the Tours and Tournaments update of Crusader Kings 3, and as such, she has died, leaving behind a very entrenched sorry, regency and a 4-year-old daughter. Now, at the end of last session, things were looking very dire with the Regency and also just with not having really accomplished very many of our goals yet, and things just seemed kind of touch and go. So what I did is I made a copy of the save file where we've just become our new daughter, Anna, who's about 4 years old. I copied that save file, and this is actually me talking to you from both the sort of future and the past, because I went ahead and I recorded this session once already I played a sort of failed, bungled save. The first round of trying to record this session, things went very poorly. I won't get too far into it, but let's just say I made one simple mistake that changed basically the entire course of Chana's life, and not in a good way, and also not in a way that really serves the sort of goals and plot that we're trying to create here. In one sense, it's very cool in a Crusader Kings narrative exploration kind of way, and I did save the failed save as a different save game so that maybe we can come back to it someday. But for this particular campaign and series, I didn't want to derail us too much, so I'm actually reverting back to the end of last session. All of those things that I did in the recorded fifth session from the ether never happened, and we are just picking up where we last left off with Chana being 4 years old in an entrenched regency, and we're going to try to get her closer to adulthood. And I know what to do now because I know that there is one mistake that I made that I am going to rectify basically immediately at the top of this session, which you will see shortly. And with that, I think let's just get into the game. Hello, hello. Here we are in the game. Just for like the continuation of this playthrough and my own sanity, I'm gonna start from the beginning of Chana's reign. Try this again because I actually realized something that changed everything. So let's continue and I'll show you what it is. This is something that I neglected to do when I played Chana the first time, and I did a little test to see if I could make it work with the new save file, and I was able to make it work, and it made a massive difference in just the entire course of our future. So you can see we have no player heir. We have a self-interested regent who is our old and infirm court chaplain. And if we go to our power sharing window, you will see that the next person who would be in line is Samantha Amitirvali of Venedu. And she is one of our vassals. She's ambitious. And in the sort of dream playthrough that I did, that we may or may not ever see, I kind of was stuck in this situation and I didn't see a way out of it. And so Yerachmiel, being old and infirm, died shortly after this. I would say maybe a couple of months to a year from now. And Amitirvali became our regent for, 10 or something years. And she really tried to wring every little last drop of blood out of us that she could. But there is a solution, and here's what it is. My father, Sobana Raja, of the Somavamsi kingdom, was previously unable to be in my court and to be in line for my regent position because he had a county. I believe it was the county of Kujin. Oh my gosh, I'm always stumbling over this one. Kujin. And he was actually a count for a little while. However, he at some point lost that title to his brother, which actually is a massive blessing for us because we can invite our father to our court. And I'm just going to make the time a little slow so that I can show you what happens when he arrives. So you should see now that our father is our next regent in line after Yerachmiel, and this is such a blessing because he is selfless. He's humble, he's compassionate, he's temperate. Those are great personality traits for a regent. And he is selfless. And so what should happen is, yes, he will still be at a power level of 5, probably creeping up to 6. However, once we become 8 years old and are able to start pushing back and bringing the scales of power closer in our favor instead of his, he shouldn't want to push back against that. Because what's been happening with our self-interested rulers is that they have been, as soon as I swing the scales one way, they swing it another way, and it just keeps increasing because I'm not able to fight back against them fast enough in order for it to take any effect. But my father shouldn't have that problem. So that will make both our regency and ending our regency eventually so much easier. So that's what I wanted to show you guys, and this made a huge difference. The other difference that was made is that during my failed continuation of Chana, in her sort of first iteration, during that session, I realized that you can actually declare wars as a child ruler. I'm not sure when you can, but if you have a claim, you can do it. See, I could do it right now, which I actually might do because, I have the money to do it now, and that will mean that the size of my realm will increase. We will become stronger while the Maharashtra will become weaker. And the other thing I must remember to do is that I can actually marry my father for an alliance. So he is not married right now. He hasn't remarried since my mother died. So I can actually find him an excellent wife, which I think I'll do before I unpause, actually, just to make sure that we're getting the best option possible. I don't really care who it is. I just need it for the alliance. I don't want someone with lover's pox. It could be this 6-year-old. It is not good because I am also almost 6 years old, so he is betrothing himself to someone his daughter's age. But honestly, I might not care. I might not care, and in fact, I don't think that I do care. The only problem with this, unfortunately, is, well, actually, if I look at the realm view, okay, good. So I was not sure if that alliance would be a vassal in the Maharashtra kingdom, but it looks like they're not, actually. And they're not trying to conquer it right now, so they could help me in a war against the Maharashtra. So I will do this. It's fine if it's just a betrothal. And they will be part of his dynasty, but I don't care about that. So I'm going to go ahead and make this alliance. And that should sort of come through once we unpause after this event, which I've been ignoring for the last couple minutes. I enter Penarasier's bedchamber, but find the room absent of her. Scattered across her writing desk, I find a pile of half-written letters addressed to Tanjore. Letters are filled with details about my court, hiding places, who provides my meals, and the names of malcontent servants likely to betray me. I turn back and see Penarasiar standing bereft in the doorway like a hunted animal moments before fleeing. I will forgive her, because I feel like a fairly forgiving individual. Just as a reminder, my personality is currently gregarious and humble, which I feel like are both fairly good traits, and kind of imply that we might be looking for a diplomacy lifestyle. Oh, the other thing actually we need to watch out for is that when Irachmael dies, which is imminent, could happen at any time, we need to make sure that we have a good educator. So in fact, if I look at my courtiers and if I look at unmarried adults, my father I've already betrothed to somebody, but I could try to find a very skilled diplomat. Apparently not any women. Okay. Do I have any women in my court? I do. China and BK. Are there any... Okay, so there's not really that many diplomats. Pretty much anywhere, it seems. Which kind of tracks because everyone, all the NPCs, or, you know, all the sort of people floating around in my court and in other people's court this campaign, I feel like have been sadistic. I don't know why. It just I just feel like there have been so many sadists. But yeah, so what I could do is if I see about declaring this war, it is risky because, you know, we're not strong enough to beat him all by ourselves, but with our ally, we definitely are. So I think that I am going to try to do this. Right now, I only have the claim on the one county. At this point, I have been sort of gunning for maybe getting a duchy claim randomly through the Fabricate claim scheme, but that hasn't happened, and I don't feel like I can waste too much more time trying to get that, so I'm okay. I've made my peace with just chipping away at Maharashtra county by county if I must. So that's what I'm going to do. And I do have enough prestige to call my big ally. I will do. So 75 prestige, and I even probably have enough to call some others, which might not be necessary, but I think I'm going to do it just because I don't want to take the risk of it not going through and not working. The other thing I want to make sure that I'm doing, well, let's not, I'm going to raise my armies first, so we'll raise all here. And everyone's coming to join me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And now, if I just check where everyone is coming from, They should be coming from up here, and I'm not sure where all my other allies are coming from. Oh, these guys are coming from all the way over here, so I don't expect them anytime soon, but these guys should make it fairly swiftly. So I'm just going to start sending my troops up here, and hopefully I don't embark. And here it is. It's a bit of a blur how it all went from Yarachmael failing to call on me for my lessons one morning to now, sitting in a carriage bound for home. When I asked why Yarachmael was not seeing me off, the murmurs around me slowly made it clear that I will not be seeing him again. I'm no longer being tutored. I want a new teacher anyways. Oh, it's sad. She's just a kid. She doesn't understand, you know? But we do need a guardian. And I think our father is going to be the best option here. He has the best diplomacy out of anyone, and his diplomacy education is actually excellent. So, I don't want him to convert my faith or culture, so I will just go ahead and do that. And make sure that there's nothing happening up here. Oh, I can designate a guardian for Chana Racateviyar, who was also being educated by Yarachmael, presumably. And she also wants a diplomacy education, so I'm going to have my father educate her as well. She's already Malabari, so I don't need to worry about that. And I don't think this alliance is going to work. Yeah, there's just too many factors that are going to make that impossible. The other thing that I did before that I want to make sure I don't forget to do, sort of having, thinking that maybe I've done it already, is I want to start constructing elephantry in my capital. So I already have, as my duchy building, I have jousting fields, which should make stationed elephant cavalry damage and toughness quite a bit better. And so I'm going to enhance that even further by constructing an elephantry in my main capital county, or in my main castle. So, yep, construct that. It does give me a bit of a money hit, but what I have learned in my endeavors in the sort of failed test run of this session is that investing money early to make things better for later is going to be extremely important. I just want to make sure there's no factions floating around. That just wouldn't be good. And we'll speed up time a little bit so that we can get to the target faster. Come closer. I have a story I wish to tell you, my father Sabanaraja says, beckoning me towards the bonfire. It's a story of when my true soulmate, Rani Esther Racateviyar of Chera, departed from this world. She was burned to death. Oh my god, don't tell me. To Dad, don't tell me about my mother burning to death. God, Jesus. Yes, my acquaintance Sabanaraja folds his arms and continues to tell me the story as the flames from the bonfire lick the night sky. Those around you, your friends, your advisors, even your rivals, they are the ones who matter. Keep them close, especially your enemies. So I could fall asleep, or I could increase either my intrigue or my stewardship. Okay, my intrigue is a little higher. Wow, incredible. Can't believe he would tell me that story at such a young and tender age. Now, I think I'm heading over here? No. Yes, I'm heading to that barony. Gotcha. Here I go. And their troops should be following me, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oh dear. Utayan Sital has been pestering me for a long time now. She's vicious, mocking me, and pushing me around. And not only that, she broke my favorite toy boat, that changeling. I cannot get her to stop, no matter what I do. She is just the worst. Let's sorry, the worst. With this, there's a 7% chance that she kills me and 0% chance I, oh my god, I don't want to beat her to death. No. That's wild. Absolutely not. I could pay her 5 gold, and there's a chance she might not become my bully. So actually, sure, I'll give her 5 gold, and maybe she won't become my bully. Maybe she will. Either way, it's okay. I'm okay with paying 5 gold for that chance. There was a thing that I was intending to do. Oh god. Oh wow, what a choice. Oh, after this pop-up, I'm going to try to meet Piers again. So my ancestor, V2.0, was renowned for being compassionate, and I could try to emulate him or not. So I could be either compassionate or sadistic, and that is absolutely just not even a choice for me. I feel like our sort of story demands that we become compassionate. I frankly am not even interested in contemplating sadistic. I'd be wise to emulate him. Yes, so in addition to being gregarious and humble, I'm also compassionate. So I mean, I'm really nice. I'm like so nice, which is why my diplomacy is already so high, even though I'm a baby. I clatter out into the courtyard, toy in hand. Finally, some time to play outside. My excitement is short-lived, however, and quickly replaced by confusion. Maki is sitting on a bench looking out over the courtyard. The air around her hangs thick with ennui, and she barely even greets me as I approach. I make some friendly gestures out towards the open space, even proffering my toy, but Maki simply sighs and shakes her head. I scratch my head awkwardly. What do I do now? I could and will, I mean, being compassionate gives me the option to sort of just sit in silence with her and share whatever she's feeling, and she'll become my friend and I become empathetic, which gives me, gives people greater opinion of me. So yeah, absolutely, I will do that. And she is being educated by Umayalvar. And she is bossy, so actually, can I choose education focus for her? Can I make her a good steward? If I may. Oh god. Oh my god, everyone's trying to bully me. Jesus. Mogalana has also been trying to bully me. I mean, what if I pay you off either? Okay, so the other time it worked. So at least I don't have 2 bullies now. I only have 1. I guess that's, you know, 1 is better than 2. I'm not really sure what this Cortamendi banner is about. Because this isn't anyone I know. I don't know who that is. Okay, I've successfully sieged Kanara, so that is great. So I can move on to help these guys win that siege, and we'll just keep working our way up the coast, I think. My father occasionally inserts a word of Magadi here and there, and I find myself understanding the language better. I'm sure if I put in the effort, I may become proficient enough to talk to father in a new way. Yeah, I will take the stress hit to learn how to talk like Papa. Oh my gosh, someone is challenging me. It's wild. Swish, crack. The sound of a wooden sword whirring through the air and finding its target is thrilling to me. I ready myself to take another swing, but I've caught the eye of another. Baron Cintavar clatters down the steps, brandishing a sword of his own. Chana Racateviyar, let's see how you do against me. I look Baron Cintavar up and down warily. These swords could probably do a fair amount of damage if you stuck someone with one, and Baron Cintavar looks a little too enthusiastic for my liking. I could duel with him, or we could have a mock battle. I think let's have a mock battle. Let's not go too wild. I don't want anything bad to happen to either of us, really. And oh, I can't host this activity for 11. Okay, Notify me when it becomes available. Yes, please, and thank you. Sounds great. And our duel should progress shortly while I join this siege. And are there any other castles in this county? No, there aren't. So, I mean, we can just finish this, and once this is done, we could and probably should walk down to interrupt this attempted siege on our capital. But first, let's go ahead and replace a caravan master. Or maybe we don't need to. Oh, it does improve our army movement speed and supply limit, though. So actually, yes, we should. We should have one. Let's go, now that we're done with this, back down here. And we should probably have a commander, eh? Just seems probably like something we should have. So we're gonna head on down here. I will be collecting taxes and I think organizing army for a sec. Oh my gosh. What happened? My dad copulated with my courtier. I don't want to know about this. I could say it's not but malice and lies, or I could imprison them. No, I'm not gonna imprison. No, it's fine. Look, he's lonely, she's lonely. It's fine. It's gonna be okay. Also, I simply don't want to know, so don't tell me I'm a baby. I don't want to know. Oh, gee. Wow, that was a really fast... You guys are really good at sieging. That was super fast. Oh my god, oh no! Umayelvar died? In the siege. Oh no. She was my mom's best friend. Oh god, okay. I feel like they should have taken into account that sometimes you have a hostage, but you are also a child, so it's weird that I keep calling her, like, that I keep calling Chana Racateviyar my niece, and she keeps calling me her auntie, because I am younger than her, in fact, so I feel like they could have adjusted that a little bit, but who am I? Who am I to... Hang on. We need a marshal. We can't just hop into battles willy-nilly without a marshal. Get in there. And there's no one better than... oh, actually, but wait. Amitiravalle, what if I just hate her so much? Okay, but there is not a better diplomat. Apparently my father is not eligible. Maybe because he's... No, I don't think it would be because he's the regent, because she was my chancellor while she was regent in the other playthrough, so I don't know what that is about, but... let's just... I don't know if we need to pursue them as much as we should siege back our capital. So that's what I'm going to do, and if we run into them in the meantime, that's fine. And I still hold that territory up there, so until they start siege it back, it's okay if we spend some time down here taking this back. And are they sieging somewhere else? No. That was an old... Okay, so they don't hold any of my territory at the moment, I think. So let's start heading back up. This way. And I'm not sure where they went. If we can find them, we might want to meet them in battle. I do have the money to claim this other county in the duchy that I need, so I will do that. White peace, absolutely not. I decline. Oh, my father is in prison. Ew. Okay. And I can't pay ransom, presumably because his capture is contributing to the war score. Um, is he still my regent? Okay, maybe if I just don't make eye contact with the power sharing window, he will remain my regent, even though he's even though he's in prison. Because I feel like at some point the game might be like, hey, he can't be your regent if he's in a foreign jail. But listen, I'm not gonna tell anyone that. Oh god, maybe we can. Hang on. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it before that battle is over. Yeah, no. It is far and away done. Actually, let's go to Hills. Just in case. And we will try to catch up with them. At the very least, we could... I don't think we're going to continue the siege, really. Let's see, how long will this take to... Oh no, someone is plotting. But it's fine. Not too worried about that at the moment. Okay, let's actually go up and fight these guys. And I am gonna be training commanders to fight that battle. Eee! Oh my god, stop moving so fast, yo! Okay, hopefully this works out. It might not, but... Okay, yes, I think this is gonna work. Hallelujah. That was kind of a gamble. Sweet. Okay. Let's see if we can't take their capital before they are able to regroup. I'm not sure exactly where they will be retreating to. Let's see. They're going to Katkapur? Where is that? They might try to take back the territories that I conquered. Yeah, that's what they're doing. What if I... Oh, no, they're embarking. Where are you guys going? Okay, I don't think they'll be able to get a whole lot done before we finish sieging their capitals, so I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna finish the siege. It's kind of a race to siege here. Yeah. Alright. Excellent. Now. Phew. Let's go back. Can I pass through here? Okay, I don't take attrition if I go that way, so I will go that way so that I don't take attrition. I could tell Chana Racateviyar about the tales of my ancestor, V2.0, or I could tell her about I am something of a legend myself. However, I am humble, so I don't think I would talk myself up too much. They might be able to siege this back, but not before I come and beat them up. Oh no! This. Oh gosh darn it. I meant to recruit that guy. Ooh, elephant pens are constructed. That's cool. So after this war, I can definitely contemplate, oh my gosh, who is making claims on my capital? Harmony come? Absolutely the heck not. My girl. Okay, come on. I just don't think that's a good idea. I think you want to fight me. That's the thing. Allies, hello, come on. Thank you. Just follow me around. Don't leave my side. Oh, I could pay the ransom, but I can't because, yeah. Beep, beep, beep. I am not employing a wet nurse. Hang on. Out so people start yelling. Do I have... I might not have any eligible women to be my wet nurse. Let me see. No courtiers meet the position requirements. I should find a woman who would be a good option for that. I guess let's sort by age, but also adult. Yes, and health, healthy, and probably fecund means that they would be better winners. So let's get her into my court, and hopefully I can make my winners. If I go down to that position, hopefully once she shows up, I should be able to appoint her. Yes. Oh, she has poor aptitude for it, which surprises me, honestly, but fine, whatever. And if I retake this county... let's speed up time a little bit. Okay, the war score is 93, so looking pretty good. Wonderful phrase. I am actually going to say that she probably shouldn't be saying our house our house motto, because I do want that renown. And it's like I was going down faithful magistrates, which means title creation cost is less and control growth is more. So I feel good about continuing that. And I'm gonna try to catch up with this army over here. Oh, I can meet peers now. So I will do that. Oops, pause. And if I, I don't need to do any of this. Start meet peers. And I could also, at this point, I think, no, I can't. I think it costs actually more money than that. Yeah, the war elephants cost 400 gold to establish a regiment of, so I have to wait for that, but that's okay. I'll put these back on organized army until battle is imminent. And we'll scoot back up over here. Actually, oh gosh, well, I'm already traveling this way now, but what I should have done was cut through this little mountain pass over here. Alright, all the lords and ladies are here, and the meet peers begins. Welcome, everybody. Instead of chasing them, I actually maybe could just try to siege another county. And it's gonna tick up to 100 momentarily anyway. My bully Mogulana and I are watching the Shurvirs train in the courtyard when my spymaster Samanta Ananda approaches us with a smile. What do you say, children? Think you can handle the basics? Yeah, absolutely. Of course I can. I increase my prowess. This war is over. Oh gosh. I find a tome of unconventional knowledge, and I can turn it into the rabbis for some piety. So I would love to enforce these demands. Thank you so much. My father is released from prison, which I feel super good about. I will disband my armies. And now we have expanded our realm. Hallelujah. So that's awesome. And we actually got some cool... I didn't look at what they were, but we got some cool new artifacts from that war. Let's see, we got the Architecture of Trade, which increases... Oh, wait, no. Did we have this before? We did have one before, but there's also this one, and they are exactly the same. I could give one to my steward if I like them. He doesn't like me, so I'm not too inclined to do that, but we can hang on to it, and, The other one I think was maybe a court artifact. It was a hunting trophy, a hide, I believe. So we might not be able to see that one for a while until we hit Royal Court. But Gokarna, if you could start fabricating a claim on Subaraka, that would be amazing. Even with your poor learning, such it is, and your diplomacy is just tanking. I do have a vassal that would be better than her at it. Not a powerful vassal, but a vassal nonetheless. And I'm not sure if it's worth making her angry, is the only problem. But what I do want to make sure is, yeah, so my friend and Friend Centavar, are you being educated in my court? No, you're being educated by your father. That's fine, I guess. I just wanted to check and make sure that some of my, like, powerful vassals' kids are being educated in my court, and ideally into Malabarism. So, Karamani Kam, let's see, Priyatamatavi, I could try to move Guardian? No, my Caravan Master. But should I have her be educated as a Malabari? She's 11. I don't know if it would work at this point. I should probably be staying on top of that. Maybe Maki I can... No, I can't offer her. Oh, she's traveling and she's meeting peers. So I'll keep that in mind. And what's nice is, now that we have waged this war as a child, in 5 years, or, you know, in as many as 5 years, or maximum 5 years, our truce will be over and we can go to war again for the rest of the counties, or for another county that we need for the decision that we're trying to make. Mogolana wants to invite me to a ball game. Sure. Yeah, I'll join. I'll see why not. Being gregarious as I am. And, ooh, I could potentially become strong. I could try to rescue... Let's see. Even though we're children, football can turn into an awfully rough game. What started as a playful match suddenly turned into a fully fledged melee, and it takes a few seconds to get my bearings back. When I do, I hear a shrill cry of pain and terror from the fighting children. Stuck at the bottom, I spot a Centaurtipan being trampled by scores of feet. He cries out pitifully, but the noise is too loud, and the others are too fixated on the game. So hold on, I'm coming. I try to save him, and he becomes my friend. I rescue him, I increase my prowess. That is awesome. I didn't become strong, but that's okay. As the ball passes me, I take an almighty swing at it with my leg. Far too almighty. The ball skids through the air, spinning rapidly. It whirs past the crowd, high in the air, and soars over a nearby wall. The thud of its landing is sonorous. I look up at the wall. It's rather high, more than twice my height. I could buy another ball. I could try to vault the wall, but I might hurt myself in the process. Or we could find something else to do. I think... Let's see. I guess I will try to scale the wall. Woohoo! I managed to do it. I hopped the wall and grabbed the ball. I like that that rhymes. And just want to check that there's no factions that randomly popped up while I was doing all that. Okay, so... Let's see. What are some things I should be doing? Let's check our prison real quick for... I don't think anyone can be ransomed for significant amounts of gold. Gamakamba can be ransomed for 10. So I will do that. Kundaka Devi is an evil blackguard, and can negotiate her release. I mean, renouncing claims seems probably wise, and having a hook. Also, she won't accept the hook, but renouncing claims, fine. You can go. I'm compassionate, so no, whatever. And I am not going to demand conversion. It's kind of a reflex at this point, but I always have to remind myself that I'm not trying to convert anyone. I would like more children in my court, though, so I can educate them as Malabari, but that's just kind of it's a slower process, I guess. So I can have him renounce his claims as well. Probably a good idea. And can I recruit him as well? I can. Which I would love to do because then I can do what I was just saying I was going to do. He is now my courtier, so we can educate him. And are there any Malabari who are able to educate someone? Oh my gosh, who's this? Taramankai. Wow, she must have just arrived randomly? I don't remember her. If you guys remember her, let me know, because I don't know where she came from, but she's, I mean, good lord, she's a torturer and an herbalist. I feel like I should educate him with Gokarna. And oh yeah, no, that is what I want to do. And I want him to convert his faith, and sure, what's his culture? Kannada, yeah, let's convert his culture as well. So it's a little closer to my own. I think, am I Tamil or am I Cochineal? I am still Tamil, so that is my culture, so that should probably be good. And let's see if we can't find any other young courtiers who might be hanging around. Oh, let's actually, let's just reset our filters. And, ooh, this young, oh my gosh, a man is mad at me. What's happening? Will you be quiet for the love of Shiva? Panduranga is leaning out of a mullioned window above us, apoplectic, shaking a fist. You blasted kids are making such a racket, I can barely hear myself think. I pick up the ball as it approaches me, regarding the old man as he chunters down at us. He is truly ancient, maybe even 30 or 40 years old. No wonder he's angry. I could tell him to be quiet, or we're sorry, we'll be more quiet. This is far more in line with personality. How much would it be to ransom you? I would love to pay only 10 gold to get Sapporo back. Yeah, come on back here. And until next time, the pyramid is over, and we got some prestige, and people should like us a little more now. Oh, we gained a level of fame, which is pretty cool, so we are distinguished now. Oh no! This is so sad. I was bisexual in the playthrough that doesn't exist. And now I am straight once again. I realize I am heterosexual. Gosh darn it. Boys are fascinating. I guess. There go my dreams of recreating my lover situation. Alright, Gokarna, will you please educate this young lady? Oh, she's cushioning already, so don't convert her. And she is bossy, so let's have her be our steward. It has been so long now since Chana Racateviyar first came to court and I became her aunt. Now a woman, she can hardly stand to look at me. Seated at court, her eyes show hatred and malice towards me that can only be attributed to my botched attempt at a proper Chera upbringing. Oops. It has been so long now since Chana first came to court and I became her aunt, blah 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 blah. I feel a familial bond as if we were one blood. She kneels before me in court and pledges her eternal loyalty to me as her favorite aunt. So, she is my rival, but I do have a perpetual hook on her. I feel like that might not be intentional by the intended design, but I'm not sure. Get your things, it's time to go home. I don't need you anymore, because you're my rival, and I fear you. I don't fear her, I guess, but I briefly contemplated having her stay in my court because she is Malabari, but I don't want a rival of mine hanging around in my court. I feel like that's just a recipe for unfortunate things to happen. Mogolana, my bully, is now an adult, and I don't know if he will ever become a decent person. It's kind of funny because we actually, like each other fairly well. He is gregarious like me, and, you know, I feel like there's not anything too explicit that we clash on, but he's callous and I'm compassionate, so I think it makes sense. I would think he was kind of just, like, shitty guy. Amava, I will educate as well. She is rowdy. I could have her go into martial lifestyle. I actually don't know. Or I could educate her in intrigue. I don't know what I want to do because... Okay, hang on. Let me check something. I think I might not actually be able to gun for equal martial. First of all, I don't have control of my own culture, so I shouldn't even really contemplate ever being able to use women as Shorebeers. So for Pamava, since she's rowdy, I suppose I will do intrigue, which actually works okay because the available courtier that we have is Saramankai, who is very good at intrigue, and we'll have her convert faith and culture on this child. Kulatakara, one of the few children of my dynasty, I could pay ransom for, which I will do. It actually helps my stress, I realize now, to pay ransom for someone. So I will do that. He will come back to my court, and I will educate him too. Oh no, Karmanikam knows that I am fabricating a claim on Sir Baraka. I'm sorry that you are mad, but I am still going to do it. I'm so sorry. And I will educate you as a soldier. And you, I will educate as... You are already Malabari, so the education, or the religion, doesn't matter as much. So in that case, we can just have my court tutor. Tutor her, and she can learn about... Let's see, I guess we could have her do stewardship. Yeah, why not? Learning would also be good, though. And I feel like we don't have that many learning-focused individuals. Edurasan, I think, would be doing stewardship. So let's actually change you from stewardship to learning. And Edurasan, you are doing stewardship. So you tutored by my courtier. And Vijayaditya, you already are being tutored. Okay. Hopefully you guys don't find that too boring. I mean, I just think it's always really helpful to do. I could just gain a weak hook on this guy. I don't... or anything there. but I feel like it's kind of, I like to share the thought process behind, like, these are why I'm educating them in these things, and, you know, I like cultivating the courtiers. I think it's fun, and I think it's helpful. Um, and I'm just going to unbookmark all these people, except for my dad, I think. And I guess I will also pin this ruler because I'm gonna have to go to war with him a couple more times. And I have that truce for still 4 more years. Time has not passed that much. So I think I will close the session here. It's a little bit of a short one, but as you can see, things are actually going quite a bit better than they otherwise would have. My regent situation is so much better, and I can actually swing the scales if I ignore this pop up for a sec. I can actually swing the scales in my favor by leveraging, let's see, I have actually quite a bit of prestige, I mean, relatively. So I think I will use the prestige to swing the scales in my direction. And at power level 4, I feel like that is kind of a good place to be. I mean, obviously it could be better. However, you know, as long as it's not at 5, because at 5 is when we can't dismiss an entrenched regent, right? So if we're at 4, I feel fairly comfortable, and that we can start doing that, you know, again in later times. I feel good about that, and then we're having a play date. And Vejirasan, I think he's so cute. I have a crush on him. Gosh. I feel like my rulers always get crushes on the most random guy. Okay, I have a crush on him, but he only wants to be friends. And, let's see. Kirchivarman is trying to get a claim on Kanara. Well, I just think you shouldn't. I just think that's not, you know, you shouldn't do that. Okay, so I said I was gonna end the session there, and I think I am. I'll deal with accolades next time, but I feel pretty good about where we are. Let's see what age we are. We're currently 11 years old, and things are looking good. We have a good regent, and we are gregarious, humble, and compassionate, so I think our personality has pretty much taken form as a kind individual, a kind of very diplomatic and personable individual, which I think makes sense for us. In terms of our achievement, which is not an achievement but a decision, in terms of our decision, in order to consolidate Bene-Israel, in terms of territory anyway, ignoring the Malabari High Priesthood thing for a little while, in terms of being a devoted servant, I don't think we'll have any issue with that, especially once we become an adult and can start going on pilgrimages. And also once we don't have to use our court chaplain to be fabricating claims. But for Kunkana, which we don't completely control at the moment, those 2 counties that we need are Konkan and Surparaka. And we have a claim on Konkan, and we're currently getting the claim on Surparaka, so we should have those claims fairly soon. And once we have them, we can just nab those 2 counties. It might take a while because if it's the same ruler, you know, we'll have to wait until the truce gets shortened and whatnot. I actually could perhaps, since I'm not having too much vassal trouble at the moment, I could put my chancellor on foreign affairs, and that could shorten a truce. Or of course, the side effects, it could also shorten his truce with me. But I think I'll do that, and then I'll also be gaining a little more prestige per month. And yeah, I feel good. I feel pretty good about that. But all that and more next time. Thank you so much for coming out, and have a good one. Bye for now.